Now, Officer Hargis, when you didn't go to Parkland Hospital, you remained in Dealey Plaza. And like you say, you went to the west side of the triple underpass, you didn't see anyone, and you came back.
That's right.
And what was your position when you come back? Do you remember what you did?
Yes, I came back and went from where I was at directly to the school book depository because everyone was going there.
Yeah. And you took up a position up in the front guard like all the other officers.
Right.
Simple as that. I was in Dealey Plaza, Officer Hargis, about 2.5 months ago, and a guy came in and down there, and he said that he was a reporter in '63. He appeared to be about 68 to 70 years old now. And he told me that his last name was Haynes. I mentioned this to you the other day. Mm-hmm. And he said he offered you $17,000 for your helmet. Is that true? Did somebody offer you some money that day?
Somebody offered me some money for my helmet. I don't know who it was because I didn't stay with him that long, but I told him it belonged to the city of Dallas. He'd have to go to them if he wanted to buy it.
That's exactly what he told me. He said you told him that. That's exactly what he said. Were you present, Officer Hargis? There was 3 people arrested shortly after the assassination when the president was shot. Some 15 minutes later, 3 men were arrested over on what they call the 3 tramps, the hobos. I don't know if you've ever even known that, because I know you never gotten into the assassination in that form of way.
No.
But they were arrested. The 2 arresting officers were Marvin Wise, that walked them to the sheriff's department, were M.L. Wise and Billy Bass. There's pictures to prove that. And but you didn't see any of that.
No.
And when they arrested the 3 hobos off the train over there, you weren't over there. You were over by the depository. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. And one of the 2 last things I want to say, I'll ask you all, Hargis, in your opinion, being on the Dallas Police Department during that time, what was Dallas like as far as just the city itself? You was an officer and you patrolled the areas of Dallas. I've always said Dallas was a very fair city and a good city. What's your opinion of Dallas in the years you worked as a police officer?
Well, back then Dallas was. It was a good city, good place to live and bring your children up. There was no lawlessness like that ever in Dallas up until that time.
Yes, sir.
Nothing big like this has ever happened in Dallas.
That's very true. '63 was, that was a turning year.
And it really disheartened us.
Yes, sir.
It made us look bad because the whole country was looking at us in Dallas at that particular time.
Officer Hargis, being one of the last remaining living officers, retired, certainly, of the Dallas Police Department of that time in 1963. As you've known, I think this you do know over the years and have heard as I have, many people said the Dallas Police Department was involved in the assassination.
No.
This is something I'd like you to state on because I've always said that's a lie. What is your feeling on that?
My opinion is that not one Dallas police officer had anything to do with the assassination or collected any kind of monies from that assassination attempt in it all.
Well, that's just how I feel, Officer Hargis. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to do this interview with you today, because in knowing you for 33 years and knowing many other police officers who was on the Dallas Police Department in the 60s and the 70s and early 80s that I've known, I know for a fact that none of them men, including yourself, was involved, and I don't know why a lot of researchers have said that. A lot of people came forward. I was telling Steve Allred, the guy that's filming us today, of a lady that sent you a letter. I think it was from Kansas City some years ago, and the letter stated that you were solely responsible for the death of the
I don't know if it was a lady or not. I know that there was one letter written to me said that I was involved in that and had the president killed because I wanted to get Lyndon Johnson in office as president, which is a lie. I did not do that.
Well, Officer Hargis, we spent a few moments here talking, and I like to say on camera, for years, Officer Hargis, last several years, His health is not certainly been what it's been over when he was young or in his middle years. And we're not going to take up much more of your time, Officer Hargis, Steve and I, but we certainly enjoyed you coming and doing this small interview with us. And I think just the things we've said today will clear up all the mystery, because here's the fact, people. Officer B.W. Hargis was riding one of the motorcycles that day, and like I said, he was less than about 3 feet away from the left side of the president's car. And he can certainly state to what happened. He was there. All you researchers and people with these theories, that's fine. You believe what you want. One of the last questions I will ask you, Officer Hargis, is this. In your professional opinion, as a police officer, do you believe that Lee Harvey Oswald shot President Kennedy, or that he didn't?
Oh, he did.
That's what I wanted, because as the years went by, a lot of people said that Oswald didn't shoot the president.
No, he did.
And also, I do believe, and I stress this every weekend on the grassy knoll, I'm down there with Robert Groden, and I work with Robert. He's a researcher on the case, and we present some things, pictures, of photographs of people taken, but also Lee Harvey Oswald shot and killed Officer J.D. Tippett of the Dallas Police Department.
That's true.
And I believe that he was involved in it all the way. And Jack Ruby shot and killed Lee Harvey Oswald, and he too was a crook, and he was involved. So that was the whole scenario there of the assassination. But because Jack Ruby was involved, that don't make the Dallas Police Department involved, and I'll never believe that. I knew Chief Jesse Carey. I had the pleasure of meeting him before he died in 1979. I met him in 1975. Young in life, I had some troubles in my life, but I don't evade that. The reason I say that, ladies and gentlemen, is because facts are facts. But I was able to bounce back, and being around people like Officer Hargis and my pastor, Reverend Ralph Gossett, Professor William Pulte of SMU College, Steve Allred. My grandfather he lived a great life. Anything that I got into surely didn't come from home, because he would beat you behind, I tell you. And I'm 47 years old now. I've had some health problems, but I'm still alive, and I thank God for life every day. And the Lord Almighty is the master of this world, and one day we all must answer to His fold and His rapture.
Amen.
And I know Officer Hargis is a Christian. He's been a Christian all his life. I know his mother, Miss Edna, and he was raised a Christian. And Officer Hargis would not have taken part in any such thing that happened November the 22nd, 1963. Officer Hargis, Steve and I'd like to thank you, and we're going to get you back to the house, and it's been good spending the day with you.
Thank you.